Good afternoon. This is Jeffery Jones and Mary Turpin with Universal Family Connection, and we're here today as we do every first Wednesday to talk about HIV and the importance of testing. As again, I said, we were with Universal Family Connection. We're located at 1350 West 103rd Street in the Beverly area, and I am here with my friend and coworker, Mary Turpin.
Yes. Yes, like you said, we're located at 1350 West 103rd Street. And if you'd like to come there and be tested for HIV, you could ask for Mary Turpin, Jeffrey Jones, or Lade Alamosa. And we'll be glad to test you in confidence. Be aware that everything you say and do there is in confidence. We lock up your files after you talk and test with us.
Thank you for that, Mary. And so I'm the manager of risk reduction along with the counselor and tester, and Mary does counseling and testing as well. So we are really glad to be here, especially this is a very, very important month. This is the Pride Month, so we'll be having the Pride Parade, we'll be having the Black Pride Parade. We'll also be acknowledging or commemorating our National HIV Testing Day. So when is National HIV Testing Day, Mary?
June the 15th?
National
The 27th, June the 27th, sorry.
National HIV Testing Day is observed annually. So we do it every June 27th, and it's really a really crucial day for raising awareness about HIV, testing, about the stigma surrounding HIV. What's important to me, as I was speaking with a group last night, what's important to me when we talk about National HIV Testing Day is that's the day that we get to really talk about awareness. We want people to test. The month of June, Universal Family Connection, we're attempting to test 200 people. So we're going to be participating in Juneteenth celebrations. We're going to be participating at the barbershop. We're going to be part of the Black Pride Parade as well as the Pride Parade here. So we are going to be all over the city, but more for me, the importance of just getting the information out about HIV, letting folks know that HIV is still an epidemic, that HIV, unfortunately, is alive and well, especially in the African American community. So we're going to address some of that today, but we really want to just really focus on the importance of National HIV Testing Day. And as I stated, it's important for African Americans because African Americans make up 14% of the population here in America. 13 to 14%. However, we account for almost 40% of new incidences of HIV. Let me say that again. We make up about 40% of new incidents. I think that is an abysmal figure. It has to do with all types of issues and that plague the African American community, talking about stigma, talking about racism, talking about poverty, talking about education. You can name a plethora of issues that plague African Americans that help to contribute to the fact that we are 40% of new cases or those affected by HIV and AIDS. What else we want to talk about, Mary? The importance of for African Americans.
We have to increase awareness in the Black American. If you go out and get tested, that doesn't mean that you have HIV or AIDS, but it's good to be tested, to know your status, especially if you're involved with more than one person, because you don't know who that person's been involved with. So it can spread from one individual to the next. So it's good to be tested for HIV. Why should I be tested for HIV? I only have one partner, but you don't know who that partner has been with. So You can, when you come back and get your results, see that you're negative, then you can pat. Oh, I know I'm good. I just got tested. So,
Exactly. It's so important. June 27th, I'm going to keep saying it because that's what this whole program is about today. June 27th, look at me, June 27th, all day long, we're going to be doing HIV testing. Why is it important? Increased awareness, education. National HIV Testing Day serves as a platform, as it were, to encourage testing within the African American community, which might lead to earlier diagnosis. The sooner that you find out that you might be positive or that you are positive, we immediately get you to the proper people to make sure that you start to get on a regimen of medication, on the highly active regimen or treatment that you're going to need to stay healthy. And right now, with all of the new medicines that they have to treat HIV and all of its accompanying issues, you'll live a good long life, just like you probably die from the same thing that maybe your parents died from. You're more susceptible to a heart attack or diabetes or high blood pressure than the HIV and AIDS killing you, as long as you detect it early. And that's why we want to get you in to test. If you have never had an HIV test, you need to come and get a test. It's free of charge. It takes 15, 20 minutes at the most out of your time. Don't you want to know you're about to have one of these hot girl summers, hot boy summers, and you're probably going to enjoy yourself, no judgment. Well, we want you to know without a shadow of a doubt that I've been tested. I can show you my results, and then you can feel better about it. We don't have to worry anymore about whether folks are being criminalized for passing on HIV. That I'm glad about that. But we want to tell people that HIV is victimless. That means that nobody gave you HIV. No, what you did was allowed yourself to somebody to come into your space and not find out if they were HIV positive. So you really need to know your status, and you need to know the status of everyone that you engage with. And I'm talking about married couples. Please, just like Mary said, don't come here and say, I got one boyfriend and I've been married 40 years. We have tested clients that have been married and say they were in a monogamous relationship, and guess what? Positive. And so now they have to find out, where did they get it from, or where did their partner get it from. So please, if you cannot take your husband's penis to work with you and hold on to it, or your wife's vagina, you need to know that anything can happen anywhere. We're living in a very highly sexual society. As I said, no judgment, but we really need to keep it 100 here today. June 27th, National HIV Testing Day. June, the month, Pride Month. Take pride in your status. Take pride in knowing your status. Take pride in knowing that I did something for myself. And once you get the tests, results, you can get right into treatment, and then you can make sure that you're not a person that's passing on HIV. You're not transmitting it to anyone else. What else, Mary?
Okay, the history of national HIV testing was first observed in 1995. In the 80s, they didn't have this. People were dying left and right from, the complication of AIDS and HIV. But now with all this testing and going on like in medication, like Jeffrey said, you can live a long time, prosperous life. Yes.
A long, healthy life, and you can. And that's so important. Right. So we started observing national HIV testing back in the 90s, 95 actually, and it was about raising awareness of the importance of doing HIV testing, getting your status. And so that's one of the things that we're passionate about. I have been doing this work for over 20 years now, and I've had the unfortunate opportunity to tell so many different people that they were positive. It breaks my heart every time I have to share with somebody that your test came back reactive, and to see the tears and to see the expression that they didn't know that that person that they trusted betrayed them. But you cannot put your trust in a person. You cannot. You have to really make sure, Mary, that you've trusted in yourself.
Exactly.
I need to take responsibility for my own health. I need to be the one who go and test. I need to be the one who asks those questions. When was the last time that you had an HIV test? Are you safe? And then don't just take them as face value. You need to say, hey, let's go over there to Universal Family Connection at 1350 West 103rd Street, and let's get one of those tests. I hear the results you can get back in 20 minutes.
Exactly.
And then we can be sure. And so, and it won't hurt. Anybody that's interested and concerned about you will love to come and test. But even if they don't, it's your responsibility. That's what the 27th is about, letting people know the awareness. It's your responsibility. Get tested, get tested, get tested. And if you know that you live one of these lifestyles where you frequently have switching partners and things like that, no judgment, have as much fun and enjoy your life as much as you see fit, but make sure that you're doing what's necessary to keep yourself from being HIV reactive or positive.
We also can offer you condoms, females and the male condoms.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So.
And that's another thing we talk about in awareness, because it's not just about getting tested. It's about once you get tested, what do? So you get tested and they say, you're negative. Yay, I'm negative. Great. What do you do after that? Do you go find you another sex partner and go have unprotected sex again? Do you go get you find your nearest shooting gallery and start sharing needles again? What do you do once you find out that you are not positive? And I know whenever I'm giving a test, Mary, and you know this too, the person is so nervous and they're waiting, anticipating, heart beating. So that lets me know that you really don't know if you're positive or not.
Exactly.
And that you have not kept up with it. But once that we tell you that you're negative and now you're all relieved.
That don't mean go out and...
Right. So what do? You go celebrate by going to what? Changing some practices. What are some of the ways you can do to stop the transmission of HIV? Matter of fact, how does HIV, what are the fluids that HIV are contained in?
Through vaginal fluid and ejaculation.
Mother's breast milk, blood, semen, and vaginal secretion. So all of those fluids carry HIV. You don't get it from kissing, long tongue kisses and all of that. That's very, you can do that. You can engage in that. But you need to know those 4 bodily fluids. A mother can pass it to her infant if she's positive. A positive male can transmit it through his semen. A positive female can transmit it through her vaginal secretions. And a positive person who uses intravenous drugs or shoots drugs intravenously, they can all pass it that way. So how do you reduce that? Number of ways. The first one, and nobody likes to talk about this because we live in a society that does not believe that you can remain a virgin or that you can keep yourself to yourself for long periods of time. I was just hearing somebody was saying that Lenny Kravitz, Lenny Kravitz, said that he had not had sex for like 9 years, for the last 9 years. Somebody said that was quite weird. What's weird about it? He didn't have sex. It's not like he said he hasn't eaten for the last 9 years. But we feel like sex is just such an integral part that abstinence, just don't even mention abstinence. Don't use that as a abstinence won't keep you from being HIV positive because that's not possible. But it is possible to abstain. it is possible to keep your virginity until you find a partner that you feel worthy to marry. So, and we're not preaching on here. We're just letting you know abstinence is
That's what you choose
one
to
way to stop the spread of HIV. What's another one? Mary just mentioned we pass out tons of condoms. Condoms help reduce HIV. The 99.9% chance of spreading HIV through vaginal or semen secretion or a man's semen. If you use a condom correctly every time. You don't know how to use a condom, you're a young man, you don't want to ask anybody, come on by the office. We have some model penises that we can use to show you how to use a condom. You don't have to be embarrassed. I know a lot of folks who've never used a condom in their life, and so everybody doesn't know how to use a condom. But condoms is a great way to protect yourself and your partner. What's another way that we reduce HIV transmission?
Oh, for those who test negative, we have this medication called PrEP.
Mm-hmm. What does PrEP stand for? Take your time.
I'm sorry.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis. Pre-exposure. That means that before you even get to the HIV, you're taking this great medication that allows you to have sex with someone who is positive. It might be a partner that you love so much and you guys still want to be sexually involved. And you say, hey, I'm going to get on that PrEP pill. Or now they have a PrEP injection that you can take, and it helps to shield you from contracting HIV.
Now that's for negative people.
That's
don't
right.
Take it.
Exactly. That's for people who are negative, that test negative, and know that you might be one of those folks that are what they call at risk, or some that are at higher risk. What's at higher risk? Those people who find themselves with more than one partners that are not monogamous, that go to bathhouses and things like that. And as I'm going to keep reminding you, this is not a judgment zone. This is because we have the experience and the knowledge after doing this so long of finding out where people go and what are some of their habits or the things that they like to engage in. So we try to make sure that we reach you right where you are so that you can think about this. Also, this is Jeffrey Jones and Mary Turpin. We're from Universal Family Connection. This is our monthly risk reduction talk. Today we're talking about National HIV Testing Day, which happens on the 27th of June. Myself, Mary, and my co-worker, Lade, will be testing at 3 locations. Please. We'll be at 95th and Ashland. If you're in the area between 9:30 and 2:30 on July 27th, come in and get a gift card from us and get a free HIV test. We'll have your results, get you in and out, and then you can enjoy your summer even more. And if you happen to come back reactive, we're going to get you right there to a confirmatory test. We're going to get you to a doctor that can set you up with drugs. Don't be I know it's a fearful time, but we can really help you to calm your fears and get you what you need to do to get treatment right away and get that early diagnosis. That's one of the reasons that Magic Johnson is doing so well, to the point that people think that he no longer has HIV, because he got detected very early, and so now he's on medication, the same medication that anybody who's HIV positive can take. So Magic is not getting some special treatment. He's not HIV negative. No, he still has HIV. He still has to take his meds, but he's what we call, what's that word that I'm looking for? Non-detectable or undetectable. So they have this thing called U equals U. What is that about, Mary? U equals U.
Undetectable, undiagnosing.
Untransmittable. Undetectable means untransmittable. U equals U. So that means that someone who's HIV positive if they are taking their medication as prescribed by their primary care physician, if they're taking that medication, what the medication does is suppress the viral load, suppress the amount of HIV or the HIV that's found in your bloodstream, in your semen, in your breast milk. It reduces it to such a level that it's now it's dormant almost, and you cannot transmit the HIV. Even if you have an unprotected sex, you cannot pass it on through unprotected sex. I am not sure about intravenous drug use or using blood to blood, direct blood to blood through needle use, so I wouldn't try it with that. But undetectable is untransmittable during sex. So you need to know that. And so that's what we're talking about today. The awareness, education is powerful. Knowledge is powerful, or utilized knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, now you know how to have safer sex. Sex is not bad. Sex is a great thing. And you should just learn how to do it. It's like having a weapon. You don't just give a child a weapon. You teach them how to use it first, safety precautions. And so we're going to wrap it up in about 5 minutes. And so we want to let you know who we are and where we're from. And I'm Jeffrey Jones, and this is my co-worker,
Mary Turpin. Oh, maybe we need to say something about the African American young to have the same having sex, the young generation.
Right. So we talked. Mary and I talked earlier. We discussed same gender loving individuals, and especially youth, yes. Young men, and who are same gender loving, meaning that they are gay, bisexual, prefer same gender. We want to really reach out to that population because their numbers are higher even in the broader community. And so that's one of the things that we really want young people to come out and get tested. We didn't give you those other two locations. 95th and Ashland, we'll be at that Walgreens. We'll be at 71st and Yates at that Walgreens right there. We're right here in the community. And we'll be at 86th and Cottage Grove. Write that down. 95th and Ashland from 10 to 2, July 27th. 95th and Ashland from 10 to 2, July 27th. 86th and Cottage Grove from 10 to 2, June 27th from 10 to 2. We'll be at the Walgreens. 71st and Yates, June 22nd from 10 to 2. 27th from 10 to 2. Please know your status, get tested, bring a friend, bring as many people. Let folks know that HIV is still prevalent in the African American community, and we need to do what we can to stop the spread of HIV, to bring HIV to an end. And that's what we're trying to do. Get it to zero. No new deaths from HIV, no new incidents of HIV. We want to get to zero here in Chicago and globally. HIV can be eradicated if we would just do our part to eradicate it. And so we let me see what other information.
You've come a long ways, and you no longer have to die.
That's beautiful.
That turn into, HIV turn into AIDS. It don't have to get that far.
It doesn't have to get that far. That's why we have early detection. How do you learn about your HIV status? Come and get tested. I will also be, my team and I will also be at 63rd Street Beach most Saturdays. During the summer months from June until August. We'll be at 63rd Street Beach doing testing. For the Juneteenth, we'll be in Leclerc Courts at 43rd and Cicero. So we'll be there from 1 o'clock until 8 o'clock. If you're in any of these communities, please come out, get tested. We're trying to do 200 plus tests in the month of June. Give me a call. You know anybody that wants to do a confidential test? Nobody knows what you're there for. Get your test results and enjoy your summer. Enjoy your life. Please get tested. Get the awareness. Meet us here on next the first Wednesday in July, which is July the 3rd. Will we be here July the 3rd? I believe we might be here July the 3rd. But it's the first Wednesday in July, so we will be here. Please join us. Let us know how your summer went. We're going to try and have you guys call in next month, and let us know how you did with your National Testing Day, how you did with the month Pride Month and those types of things. So we're going to hopefully have a setup so we can have you call in and give us some of your stories about HIV and how familiar you are with HIV and those types of things. Until next time, this is Jeffrey Jones and Mary Turpin. Signing off. Thank you for your time. You can get on our website too at www.ufcinc.org. www.ufcinc.org. Thank you once again for tuning in. Are we out of time?
And if you come to our office on 1350 West 103rd, just ask for Mary Turpin, Jeffrey Jones, Lade Alamosa, or Juliet Jones.
Thank you.